useful for him to do more than this, and yeah, this was my first course.
How did you end up?
Okay, this is a little bit a longer story because, well, as I told, I was riding in the riding club, and after the school, we had at home we had a farm with a lot of tractors and machines and things like that, and doing some service for other farmers and things like that. And after the school, the first decision was okay to take over this business. And for that reason, I made mechanical education in the company called Class. I think perhaps you know this company. And when I started this education, during this education, it was a little bit like this, starting early in the morning, be ready late in the afternoon, and then in the evening I rode between 4 and 5 horses. And during that time, we didn't have a riding place in the stable or at our house, and for that reason I had to go with the horses by feet to the riding club and back, and so it was every evening, really late in the evening when I was ready with that. And then, so that shows a little bit that my heart was more and more to the horses instead of to the machines. So for that reason, when my parents stopped with the business, I said, okay, I've started this kind of education, so I will bring this to an end. And afterwards, I went once again 3 years to school because I said, okay, maybe with a mechanical education and to have the possibility to go to university, it would be good to study like machine engineer or things like that. And when I have done this 3 years school once again to get the allowance to do this study, I was thinking, okay, now the point has come to decide yourself and where you want to go. And then a friend of mine offered me to say, okay, you could make a professional education in Warndorf at the EOKR to become a rider, 2 years. Afterwards, you could make a trainee program, half a year in the office, half a day in the office, half a day still training the horses in the center for 3 years. After that, you could make your master degree. And when you have finished your master degree, you can work in the Department for Education and make your diploma trainer over 3 years. And he wrote it down on a small sheet of paper, exactly with the years behind when every examination will be done. And he said, okay, but there's one point you have to know. If you go this way, you must make your examinations more or less with the best marks. So we have borderlines where we can say, okay, this is a really good examination, and you have to do it like this, because otherwise it is not helpful for us. And then I decided to go that way, and I think it was a year or 1.5 years ago, I found this small sheet of paper and had a look at this, and exactly all what he had written down happened in that way. For that reason, it's perhaps a good example for you when you say, okay, I would like to become a professional in the horse business. It makes sense to make a plan in which steps you want to go and where you want to be in 10 years or 20 years. So that is a little bit my story.
What do you do in your free time?
Pardon?
What do you do in your free time?
Writing. Okay, so more or less, well, now I have a family at home, so we spend a lot of time then, I spend a lot of time then with my family, but things, but it is more or less the most things we do in free time is linked to the horses.
So, where do you go from your hand?
I go to cut my hair in our small village. We have over there a girl or a company who's doing this, and thank you for the question, because before I went here, I was over there and I didn't recognize this. Thank you.
So, that was the interview. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. It was nice to meet you.